Hi guys, this is Stormmouse03, back for my last Prey walkthrough video. This is going to be a quick-ish run-through of our second playthrough where we are going to get our last 3 achievements or trophies, I and It for killing all of the crew members, Awkward Ride Home for riding home on the shuttle with only Morgan and Dahl, and Split Affinity for doing a playthrough with only Typhon abilities and a playthrough with only human abilities. So this is around a couple hours into the game, and we did the whole first section. It's exactly the same as it was in the first playthrough. I figured you guys don't need me to walk you through the entire playthrough again. I'm just going to be showing you where to get your human kills. So this is our first one. It's Trevor J. Young. He's in quarantine back here. And this is how I like to do it, just to make sure that you get the kill. So I like to stun the humans and then kill them with the wrench. It doesn't waste very much ammunition, and it ensures that you get the kill. You want to check your statistics after every section to make sure that you actually got the kill, because if you don't, then you need to reload. So here is the second one. We've moved on a little bit in the story. We're now in Psychotronics, and this is Aaron Ingram, and he's going to be your second human that you need to kill. And so what I do is I let him out, because if they get killed by anything other than you, it doesn't count. So if they get killed by some of the Typhon enemies, if they get killed by various things in the level that are not you actually physically killing them, it will not count. So you let him go. He gives you the code to the armory, which is really good, and then you can stun him and bash him with your wrench. And so that's number 2 down, and we're going to be heading to the greenhouse next. So we'll be checking our stats here and just make sure it says humans killed 2. There's going to be 42 of these. So now we're in the arboretum. We've gone ahead a little bit, and there are 3 more humans in this area right here. And so what I'm doing is hacking this terminal. You can also find the code for that console. It's on the body of a woman who's underneath Alex's house here in the Arboretum. So you go through that screen and glue your way up to where the doctor is, the guy who gives you the formula for the growth formula, and she is on the same level as him, just underneath Alex's house. So that's where the password is for that computer if you don't have hacking, or if you don't want to hack it there. You can also glue your way up inside this building, and I showed you that in the other part of the walkthrough when we were here before. So if you want to see that, then check that out. But since we're getting human abilities on this playthrough, I figured we get some hacking going on, and we hack that terminal, and then we're going to stun all 3 of the people in here and then take out the telepath. And you want to try to lure this telepath out. Whenever you're dealing with any of these telepaths, you want to lure them away from the people. You want to stun the people so that they don't explode, because if they explode on their own, that does not count as you killing them. And so you don't want to do that. But if the telepath is kind of firing its projectiles at you, its kinetic blasts and stuff like that, then it's possible that the splash damage will kill any of the thralls that it has running around. And so that's why in these areas, I try to be really cautious and lure the telepath out so that that doesn't kill the humans that are in the area. I'll go ahead and take this opportunity while we're in kind of a lengthier section here to tell you guys about some of the irritating and frustrating glitches that can happen. I don't know if they're actually glitches or if it's just some randomness that can happen within some of these areas. Sometimes people will just be dead, and that happens most often in the crew quarters section that's going to be coming up shortly. It's more likely to happen there, but it can happen in any of these areas where there are a group of people, where they get killed by something in the environment before you get to them. And now a way that you can protect yourself against that happening is to make a save before you load into an area for the first time. So make sure that you make a save before you enter the Arboretum, because if something has gone wonky, then you can reload your save to the point where you were outside and get it to kind of reinitiate this area. And I would do that for every new area that you come into. And don't overwrite that save until you know that you've gotten all of the crew in that area killed. It's way more irritating on this particular playthrough than it is on the playthrough where you can't kill anyone, because if they die that way, someone died that way in our first run, if you watched that. In the crew quarters, they were just dead before we got to them, and there wasn't really anything that I could do to make it so that they were not dead. But I didn't kill them, and so you still didn't get a counter for humans killed because you didn't physically kill them yourself. And so it's okay in that playthrough for people to die in the environment. It's not okay in this playthrough for people to die by environmental damage, because you need to kill them yourself in some way, shape, or form. I've had kills count where I set up a turret, and the turret killed some of the mind-controlled humans, and that actually happened to me on my first playthrough of the game. Not the one that I filmed for the guide, but my first playthrough where I was practicing everything. I wasn't able to get the I and Thou achievement, or the I and the Do No Harm. It was the Do No Harm achievement. I wasn't able to get that on my first run because one of my turrets had killed one of the humans in the crew quarters, and that counted as a kill for me, and I didn't really notice it until the end. And so I was a little bit upset that had happened, and I just didn't know. But so that is the reason why I play through these things before I do these guides for you guys, because you get to learn from the mistakes that I make, and I get to tell you about stuff. So there is our telepath dead, and then there are going to be 3 more crew members in here that we're going to now kill. So we've stunned them all, and now we're going to kill them. So you're going to have 3 more crew members here. Rani Chaudhary going to be crew member number 3. We're going to have Rodney S. Poole, crew member number 4. And we're going to have Mickey Pitt Sr., crew member number 5. Okay, so we are going to transition here into the crew quarters, and definitely make use of your quick save features around here. You definitely want to make that hard save outside of the crew quarters before you go in, because this is one of the areas that is notorious for things being buggy or random, I guess. I don't know. I can't really decide whether or not I think it's a bug or whether I think it's just that they've designed it so that environmental stuff can kill people, and so environmental stuff kills people, and sometimes that messes up your ability to do this. So in any case, you're going to have 3 mind-controlled humans out here in this area, and you're going to want to go and stun all 3 of them. And you want to try to stun them at a distance. Whenever your stun gun turns red, that means that you're within range to hit them. So just be aware of that. So our next crew member is Carlos Popinga. Crew member number 6. Crew member number 7 is Indigo Lake. And crew member number 8 is Bernard Griffith. Then we're going to head over to the left. First we're going to check and make sure that we have 8 humans that are killed. And then we're going to head into this room on the left. Now it's on our right, but it was on our left before. The recreation center. And so there's going to be one guy in here. He's usually on the stairs or at the top of the stairs, coming down the stairs, somewhere around the stairs area. There's also a poltergeist in here that you're going to want to deal with, but you want to kill this guy first, because you don't want any of the poltergeist stuff to be messing with him. So we're going to stun him. That's going to be David Branch, number 9. And then just make sure you go and you kill the poltergeist and the mimics and all the stuff in there. So now we're going to go to the security station, get the code for the fitness center. This is definitely another spot where you want to make a quick save before going in here, because this place, if people are going to randomly die on you, it's probably going to be in here. We have a lot of people in here. There's going to be about 4 or 5 of them walking around this front area right here. And so you just want to be careful and looking and listening to see if you can hear them. And it's good if they kind of are aware of you. It's not good if they all start running at you. Because if they all start running toward you, then there's a high chance that somebody might accidentally blow their head off. Alright, so there's 3 and 4. And then it looks like there's one more to our left over here. So 5. So there should be about 5 people milling about this area. And we're going to systematically take them out. So Jillian Quigg is going to be crew member 10. Emma Beatty is going to be crew member 11. Phong Vu, crew member 12. Gary Snow, crew member 13.
Is Abby with you? Are you okay? It's not me. It's not. I won't.
There will be one guy in this locker room, Ike Stewart. So we're going to kill him. It's going to be crew member 14. And then we have Oliver Benoit, who is over here, and he is usually over toward this side. Sometimes he's behind that little broken machine over there, but he's crew member 15. And then I usually like to come up into this area because up here you can check out the lay of the land and get some eyes on where some of these people are. When you start to hear people crying in pain, that means that they are running into the fire downstairs, and you need to really get out of here and go take care of that. So you don't have to go up there, and if you're having trouble with this area, I'd say don't go up there. Just come over here and block that pipe up, because you don't want these people to get killed in the fire. I like going up there because it helps me get some eyes on the telepath and a couple of the people in the room. But if you're struggling with this area, I would say hurry to the pipe over here to glue it up so that people aren't getting burned, because that's generally how people are going to die if they're going to die. So there are 4 more people. We've taken out 3 of them. And so Salmon Kapoor is going to be crew member 16, Harvey Clausen, crew member 17, and Danielle Landon, crew member 18. And then we're going to have one more crew member that we're going to need to stun. And her name is going to be Mary Malinaro. But again, you want to be careful in here because you have a telepath and you don't want anything to go wonky with the telepath accidentally killing Mary or any of the other mind-controlled humans in the area if you haven't killed them already. So we're just waiting for her to get to a point where she's close enough. And I shot her a little bit to try to lure her over here. Sometimes the AI can just be irritating. Because it's like, I want you to be over here so that I can stun you. But I don't want the telepath over here because it's irritating. And I don't want you to be too terribly close because I don't want your head to explode. So she's slowly making her way over, and there she is. We'll catch her, and we're going to go ahead and kill her for crew member 19. And then you can take out this telepath in whichever way you see fit. But you should have 19 crew members killed once you get done with this little area over here. And so you just want to check that. It should say humans killed 19, and if it does, then you're good, and you can make another little save. Again, I'd recommend keeping your hard save outside of crew quarters, because there are a few more people in here that we're going to want to kill, but that's the tricky area. This is the trickiest area right here. And like I said, if anything is going to go wrong, it's probably going to go wrong in this room. That being said, getting all 4 of the people in the cafeteria is not always the easiest thing. So you can get out of here. You don't necessarily even have to kill that telepath. Once you've killed all of the humans. Sometimes you'll have to, because it'll see you and attack you, but in that instance I got lucky. So again, I'd recommend making a quick save outside of the cafeteria right there. And there will be 4 more crew members in here that are mind controlled by this telepath. And you want to be careful of the telepath while you go around and try to get all of these folks. And so usually there's 1 or 2 of them that are kind of roaming around the middle area here. Sometimes there's someone that's upstairs. There's usually a guy that's over to the right where the telepath is right now. And sometimes they are wandering around the back, behind the stairs. So those are the places that you want to check. There's 1. This will hopefully be number 2. When they start running at you like that, you really need to stun them quick. So there's Caleb Hawethorne. He's going to be crew member 20. And this is Lisa Larson, crew member 21. And so there, at the top of the stairs, is Vincent. So crew member 22, Vincent Schubel. And then we're just going to have 1 more guy over where the telepath is. And again, with this one, you want to try to play it safe. Try to either lure the telepath over or lure him over and try to stun him. Sometimes he'll also walk too close. This guy is kind of irritating, because sometimes he'll walk too close to the door where the cook is, and the cook will kill him, I think. Or something kills him. I don't know. Something killed him for me before. I don't really know what it was. I'm assuming that it was the cook. But, like, he got too close to the cook and his head exploded or something. Just like when he gets too close to you, his head explodes. Not necessarily that the cook killed him, but that he died because of just being in too close proximity to a living person. So we've got the attention of our mind-controlled guy, but we've also got the attention of the telepath, which is dangerous. Getting the attention of the mind control guy is good, because that means he'll come toward where you are, which means that you can stun him. So he's making his way up the stairs, and we're making our way over to him. And now he's kind of forgotten about us. Little crazy mind. So he's meandering, but this is good. Whatever way you can get him away from that area over on the right is good. Okay, so there you go. That's Franz Klinger. He's going to be crew member number 23. And then you want to go over and kill the telepath. Check your stats. Make sure you have 23 humans killed. And that is the majority of the work in this section. We have one more person to kill, the cook. And we're going to be doing that. So we're going to go kill the telepath, and then you talk to the cook, and he'll give you a little quest to go and pick up a trophy from his room or some nonsense, and you will want to do that for him. And then he'll let you into the kitchen, and then you can murder him and collect all the stuff in there and have access to the fabricator and all that good stuff. So I should mention that in this playthrough we are only using human abilities. So this one is kind of weird. I said at the end of my last playthrough, but just in case you didn't watch that one, that we reloaded the checkpoint at the end of our last playthrough and put in one Typhon mod, so that counted as the Typhon playthrough. That's Will Mitchell, crew member number 24. And that's the last thing that we want to do in the crew quarters. And so yeah, we did our quote-unquote Typhon playthrough in the last game, and this one I'm only using human upgrades. I think the human upgrades are more useful, and so that's why I chose to do it that way. But we're in a separate save slot, and we're doing a human mod only playthrough. It's helpful because you can upgrade your weapons and stuff. Right now what I'm doing is killing all of the enemies in the cargo bay. And so if you haven't gotten the achievement or trophy to save everyone in the cargo bay during this shipping and receiving quest, you'll get it now, because you need to save everyone so that you can come back and kill them later.
And how much I didn't.
The reason why you didn't want to have anybody, the reason why you didn't want to kill them now is because we need Dr. Igwe to be alive in order to take the neuromod out of Dahl later. And so you want to save Igwe in his crate, and then you want to save the folks in the cargo bay and just kind of leave them and carry forward with the story. We are now in the power plant area, and we've just finished that, and now we are going to be taking out Michaela Ilyushin. She's pretty weak, and so one stun gun shot will kill her, and she's going to be crew member number 25. And so the order that I'm doing these in, guys, the order within each area isn't that important, but this is pretty important. You want to get her out of the way, then you want to go back to the lobby, and once you get back to the lobby, or once you're going around the ship for a little while, you will get a message from Dr. Igwe, and he'll let you know that he is in the lobby area. He's going to be in your office. And at that point, you want to go back to the cargo bay and take out everybody in the cargo bay. And so that's what we're going to do now. We're back in the cargo bay. And we're going to go and take out the rest of the crew members in here. So I'm going to go around. I'm going to stun everybody. That was Austin. I'm not going to kill anyone yet, because the more you can knock out before you alert the others, the better, because they will start shooting at you. So there's number 2, Tamiko. So those two, Austin and Tamiko, are usually hanging around this bottom level, and then the rest of the folks are generally upstairs. So Sarah Elazar is up in this room. Sometimes you'll still see Dr. Igwe down there. There he is, but he is upstairs. So when he tells you, hey, I'm upstairs, I'm in your office waiting for you, he'll be there. I don't know why it has this little glitch where he shows up in the cargo bay still, but sometimes he does. Alright, so those were number 4 and 5. And you want to just avoid touching Dr. Igwe here. That's number 6. It also took her out. I think she had a heart attack or something, because I didn't even touch her. Or it could have been some of the residual shock. And here's our last guy. So, here we go. We're going to start systematically murdering all of these people that we've knocked out. So, Austin Cool's going to be crew member 26. Tamiko Hayashi is crew member 27.
Hello. Good to see you again, Dr. Yu.
Kevin Haig is crew member 28. Sarah Elazar is crew member 29. And usually you'll see Igwe is kind of hiding over here. Usually he won't mess with you because he's not really there. So, Darcy Maddox is crew member 30, I think. That person is crew member 31. Sam Hertz is crew member 32. And Alfred Rose is going to be crew member 33. Ekaterina Mulsayev is that person's name, who was 31. So the bigger deal is to make sure you have 33 humans killed by the time you get out of this section, and you will be good to go. So the next place that we're going to head is the shuttle bay. And there's a little bit of a mini side quest there. And so when you go into the shuttle bay, you'll get this distress call from Frank Jones and Emanuela da Silva. And you just want to go in here, take care of these enemies, and then instead of helping them like we did in our last playthrough, we're going to blow them up. Because we're mean in this playthrough.
But don't hit that until the outside hatch is off. We'd be blown to bits.
So, how he said, we'll be blown to bits. That's exactly what you want to happen. So we go here, and we go to our auxiliary launch controls, and we launch pod number 2. And when you launch pod number 2, it'll give a little countdown, and then it'll launch, and it will explode because they haven't, you haven't gone out and cleared off the pod like we did in the previous playthrough, and it's going to blow them both up. And there we go. Escape attempt has failed. And that should be your next 2 crew members, 34 and 35. Frank Jones and Emanuela da Silva will be dead. And you just want to check your stats to make sure that you have 35 humans killed. And we do. And so we're going to move on to the next area. So you move on with the story for a while, and then once you get to the section where Dahl shows up, you should get this call from him. If you've killed everybody thus far, you should get this call from him, and it will give you a quest. It'll give you a quest, and it'll give you a quest to kill 4 more people, and they're going to be here in this section of life support, and you just want to come down here and take them out. So first we have Harley Granger, who was walking around out here, and so Harley Granger is going to be crew member 36. And then the other ones are going to be in the escape pods area of life support. So we want to come around here. Now there's a telepath in here, so again you want to be careful. And make sure that you get them stunned. Using your combat focus, I found, was very, very helpful in this area. So we got those guys stunned, and then I'm going to back out of the area here and take out the Phantom and the telepath outside of the room, so that we can go back inside the room to kill the humans. And now, here's the deal. You could kill these humans with weapons. So if you shot them with a shotgun, or if you shot them with your pistol, that would also count. The reason why I do the disruptor stun and then hit them with the wrench is both to save ammunition, but more so to make sure that you have control over when they die. And so sometimes there's just a lot going on. There's Steve Folsom. He's going to be crew member 37. Richard Coveney is crew member number 38. And then Maxine Ford will be our last one in here. And she's going to be crew member 39. But like I was saying, sometimes there's just a lot going on, and there's things firing at you. And just a lot of stuff happening. And so I feel like this just gives me more control over when these people die. And that's the only reason why I do that, is for safety and having more control.
Wouldn't want our pilot to faint.
There's nothing wrong with me.
And so you continue on through the story a bit. You'll have to stun Dahl, just like we did before, and take him, well, I guess Igwe takes him to this section where you take out the neuromod, and that will allow him to forget that he has been ordered to kill you, and
We'll meet you there, Morgan.
that'll allow him to pilot the shuttle, which we need for the awkward ride home achievement or trophy. And so we're gonna now take out Igwe.
I'll meet you there.
And kill him. And so he doesn't care. Dahl doesn't care that you've killed Igwe. He's like, whatever. And so at this point, you want to check your stats. Make sure that you have 40 humans killed, and you want to make a save. Because we're going to knock out Dahl and kill him, and we're going to want to reload this area later. So make a save here that you can come back to after you get your I and It achievement or trophy. Because in order to get Awkward Ride Home, you're going to need for Dahl to be alive. And so after you make that save, we're going to kill Dahl. And he's going to be crew member number 41. And then you head to the Arboretum to meet Alex. And when you meet with Alex, you are going to kill him. And so he will be your last crew member for this achievement or trophy. You should have 41 humans killed at this point.
I promised you my army.
And then immediately once you get control back, you can kill Alex here. And your achievement or trophy, I and It, should pop. Alex has so much more health than everybody else. It's really incredible. But there he is. He is now a corpse. And there is our achievement, I and It. And if you didn't have the one for Push the Fat Man, you'd get that one there too. But we did that one in our last playthrough, so that's why that didn't pop here. So now you just want to reload that save that you made before you killed Dahl. So you want to load that up. And then you want to play out the end of the game. You want to go ahead and kill Alex again. And then meet Dahl in the shuttle bay. You want to do the ending where you use the arming keys and blow up the station. And not the other ending. And finish out the game. And that should do it. So I'm going to make a cut here to the end. There's no need to show you what I've already shown you. If you need a more detailed walkthrough for how to get through the game, then all of that is in the first 15 episodes of this guide. And so that's why I kind of just gave you a quick walkthrough of all of the people that you need to kill and the things that you need to accomplish for this second playthrough. Again, I only used human neuromods here, and unfortunately it's not going to show the Split Affinity achievement pop because this game just likes to mess with me in terms of achievements not popping on the screen. But there is Awkward Ride Home. Once you get into the shuttle and it's only you and Doll alive, everybody else is dead, because we killed Alex again, remember to do that. You should get Awkward Ride Home.
Ready or not.
And then if you did that Typhon only playthrough like I told you guys to do in the first one,
Hang on to your seat. This will be a rough
and
ride.
you did the human only playthrough in this one like we were doing, your achievement for Split Affinity should pop right around here. It didn't pop for me because that's my luck with achievements popping on the screen, but rest assured it will pop, and you will now have Prey 100% complete. So there it is. It was long, it was a little bit complicated, but we did it. That is Prey 100% done. And I haven't heard about any DLC being announced for this game. If they have some that has achievements or trophies on it, then I will cover it. But otherwise, we are finished with this game. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope that this was helpful for you. And I will see you in the next project. Congratulations on your completion.